It's my birthday week this week, so we're going all out.
For $1, we got a really nutritious meal. Mama can't have no more caffeine.
Enjoying those giggles. We're doing homemade scratch me dinner, even in the RV.
Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.
It's just been one of those weeks where I'm just so uninspired to cook.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked at how little we spent.
All right, we're gonna start this scratch-made meal week with some fresh sourdough bread right out of the oven. Look at that beauty. Beautiful. She's a beaut. I also haven't showed you my chickens in quite a while. They're fully grown now, and we also inherited a rooster from my sister-in-law. So let me show you our chickies. Our coop is holding up just fine, keeping all of the predators out. Hi, girls. We did lose one chicken. We believe she was egg-bound, and we didn't catch it in time, but Quentin's letting them out. Oh, Milo. Here they are. Here's the girls. And there's the rooster that we inherited. He can be frisky sometimes. He has tried to attack the kids, but has yet to attack me. We'll see. We'll see. And then it's my birthday week this week, so we're going all out. I have to, not really, I'm just being dramatic. I have to go out and run a bunch of errands today. I've been putting a bunch of things off all week. I got meat to pick up from the butcher. We got overdue books at the library. I've got, there's something else. Oh, we need a new light bulb for the chicken coop because it went out, and we need more chicken food. We're totally out. Don't worry, chickens are not starving. They still have some in their feeder. Anyways, just a bunch of things on my list that I need to go get done. And I've had these gift cards sitting in my drawer, I kid you not, for a very long time. Probably 2 years, at least 2 years. So we've got a $5 Starbucks gift card. I don't even know where I got that. I have this Visa gift card that apparently has $15.93 on it. And then I have a Subway gift card that says it's got 20 bucks on it. So we're gonna hit up all these spots with the kids today. I told them we could use this gift card at McDonald's. We'll get some hot cocos or something fun at Starbucks. And then I'll get some lunch at Subway. So we're gonna get lunch on the house today. Love that. So let's get out and get going and do all of our stops and things. Our first stop was the library, so I'll show you what we picked up. The Never-Ending Story. We're gonna do this as a read aloud. Never read this, so we're gonna give this one a try. We've been on a Jackie Chan kick, like, a lot lately. We watched the newest Karate Kids movie, and we've been kind of obsessed with Jackie Chan ever since. So got this movie to watch. This is a book for me, The Night She Disappeared. I read another Lisa Jewell book about a month ago, and it was so good, so I'm gonna give that one a try. And then Fast Like a Girl. I'm really excited to try that book out. Okay, kids, you want to show them what you got? White Christmas. What other books? An Arthur chapter book. What else? Poppleton in Fall, a pumpkin book. Oh yeah, I forgot. Ugly Pumpkin. Pete the Cat. Another Arthur chapter book. DW book. Gotta give DW some love. Okay, Quentin, what'd you get? He's into graphic novels, so we got Investigators. Big Nate. Yeah, Max Meow.
This one I already read.
What's that? Is that like the Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
Yeah, kind of.
And what are you reading right now?
The other one that I haven't read.
Okay, he's already digging in. All right, that $20 gift card didn't go very far. So I did a meal. I got chips. It's got bacon, lettuce, tomato, and some other veggies thrown in there, an avocado, and a water. And I still had to fork out $1. So we did it though. For $1, we got a really nutritious meal. Well, this gift card was a bust. I must have used it at some point and not marked it down because there was only like 80 something cents left on it. Anyways, I used it up. Still paid $15 for McDonald's, but that's okay. Everybody got what they wanted, right? Everybody's happy. We're gonna sit in this parking lot and eat our food because we have a couple more stops to make, but lunch is served. Spoiling the kids. It's Starbucks time. Got them each a hot cocoa.
Hey.
I think this has $5 on it.
Let's use it up. All right, so 36 cents.
All right,
Awesome.
big
Perfect.
spender.
Do you want straws?
Sure. Straws.
1 and 2.
Thank
Yeah, have a
you.
great day, you guys.
There you go. Hot cocoa. There you go, Penny.
Bye.
Spent a whole 36 cents on 2 kids' hot cocos, so we're doing pretty good. All in all, I think I ended up spending what, $16 for 3 meals out and 2 treats at Starbucks. So we're feeling pretty good about that. The gift cards to the rescue today. Homeward bounds. All right, since I didn't get a treat while we were out, I'm making myself a little treat at home. So I'm making myself a fake out chai tea latte. I'm using a couple of these decaf, specifically decaf, because in the afternoon it's after 2 o'clock. So Mama can't have no more caffeine. So anyways, got this that I brewed in a little bit of hot water, and then I'm gonna pour. I warmed up some almond milk on the stove top, and it's nice and frothy. I don't know if you can see the froth. Yes, please. So got that. And then I sweeten mine with maple syrup because YOLO. Why not? 1, 2 generous tablespoon-ish sizes. And then put that away. Get this out. Hello, extreme dark. I'm gonna have a little bit of that with a little bit of that, and I got myself some dessert, so I'm gonna sit down with one of my books for a little bit and just enjoy a little peaceful afternoon time. Don't we love that? We got everything done early. Okay, Mom's filming. You hooligans.
Yeah.
Maple glazed meatloaf muffins for dinner. That's what we're doing tonight. I haven't made these, I feel like, in a while, so we're getting back to it. This is a low FODMAP meal. If you know what that means, then you know what that means. If you don't, then it doesn't matter. Once upon a time, I had to do a low FODMAP diet, and this was one of our regulars because everybody loved it and it was easy to make and it didn't require anything crazy. So it calls for a pound of ground beef and a half a pound of ground pork. Behave yourselves. Half a pound pork and a pound of beef. You can make this into a loaf. You can make this into. Okay, that's enough. You enjoying those giggles? A half a cup of grated carrot and a half a cup of grated zucchini. This is probably more than that, but that's okay. I love that it already has the veggies in it, so I don't even have to worry about battling about eating veggies with the kids. You can make this into a loaf also, but it crumbles pretty easily because it is gluten-free. I'm using gluten-free breadcrumbs. They just don't hold together as well. So I roll them into balls and put them in a muffin tin
and they actually cook up really good like that, and then it's like serving sizes, so that's what works for me. You do you. A tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Three-fourths cup of breadcrumbs. Like I said, gluten-free for us. Do as you please for you. I'll probably use pretty much the rest of this container. Not much left in here. Fourth cup of nutmeg. Trust the process. I know that sounds weird. Fourth cup. Not a fourth cup. Please don't do that. 4th teaspoon of nutmeg. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. A teaspoon of salt. I don't know what happened to all my teaspoons. My kids lost them again. They use them to measure stuff, and then they leave them in the things that they measured, so I'll probably find it in the sugar or something. I'm not worried about it right now. And then an egg. We just mix it up and then divide it into the muffin pan. So if you're doing it as muffins, I bake it at 350 for about 20 minutes. And then I pull it out and I'm gonna put the topping on it that we glaze on it. And then after I glaze it, put it back in the oven for another like 10 to 15 minutes. The glaze is 1/2 cup Dijon mustard, a 1/4 cup maple syrup, and a 1/2 teaspoon of marjoram. And it is so good on top. So it's kind of like an alternative to ketchup, because on the low FODMAP eating plan, you cannot have nightshades, which would include tomatoes. And come here and show them what you're doing. My husband is wrestling with the kids. And he's got them literally piled on his back. I don't know how you do that without hurting yourself. Okay, let me divide this up and get it in the pan, and then we'll get it in the oven and going. All right, here they are, going in the oven now. All right, gonna put the topping on. So this is how they're looking so far. I mixed up the maple syrup and the Dijon mustard and the marjoram, and I just plop it on top, literally. Nice generous plop, and then stick it back in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, here is a meatloaf muffins, that's what I call them. And then we got the fresh loaf of sourdough I cooked this morning. So this is dinner. I'm not even gonna worry about veggies tonight. There's veggies in there. We're ahead in life. Okay, made it to Friday and we are in the RV. I'm fresh out of the pool, so I'm looking pretty wet. For dinner tonight, we're doing homemade, scratch-made dinner, even in the RV. I've got teriyaki chicken in a marinade. I made up the marinade a couple days ago and threw it in the freezer, so I'm just defrosting it real quick and we'll cook that on the grill. I brought our famous, ever-loving jasmine rice I'm gonna cook on the stovetop, and we got a packet of edamame we're gonna steam in the microwave. So easy peasy dinner from scratch. We're getting together our humble little scratch made dinner. So chicken's done, edamame's done, rice is done, dinner's done. Is this deja vu? We're here again. It's another night. We decided kind of on the fly to stay another night here at the RV resort that we're at because we're having such a good time. So
I didn't plan like an official dinner for night 2. We knew it was a possibility we would stay for second night, but I didn't like plan out a whole meal plan. So we're kind of like scrounging food together. We're basically having the same things last night. I have a little bit of this jasmine rice left, like, I don't know. I measured it in this cup. Great Wolf Lodge, best birthday ever cup. Not at Great Wolf Lodge, but we're using the cup. And then, so I'm gonna cook up the last of the rice. We have, I think, a little bit of rice left from last night and a good amount of chicken, actually. So throw that in the microwave. And then we have bacon and eggs for breakfast this morning, some scrambled eggs and bacon. So that's out if we need it. I also have a little bit of a loaf of sourdough. We're gonna throw everything together and make a dinner of it, and it'll be great. We spent a lot of time in the pool again today, huh? It was really fun. Okay, that's dinner. That's dinner. It's going. We're starving because the kids just swam for an hour and a half straight, so time to eat.
So we're getting dinner together. The rice is still cooking. It's got about 2 minutes left, but we've got some apples I scrounged up. I forgot I threw in another bag of the edamame, so I warmed that up. Here's all the chicken we have left. Here's the eggs left over from breakfast. So yeah, add the rice to that and we've got ourselves a full meal. All right, we're fast forwarding a day. Sunday, yesterday, we went over to my brother's house. He put on like a really big pumpkin carving festivity event at his house. And it was in the afternoon, but we ate so much food that we weren't really hungry for dinner. So the kids kind of nibbled on whatever was in the fridge for dinner, and I didn't like cook anything. There was no official dinner that happened yesterday. But today it's later than we normally have dinner. It's 6. I'm starting dinner at 6:30. That never happens, but we had other stuff going on. So we are gonna make 1 pot American goulash. Had this recipe for a while now, since 2020. There you go. I love that it shows you when you printed it. This is from budgetbites.com. 1 pot American goulash. So it's really good, really easy. And it has elbow macaroni noodles in it, so my kids think it's a winner because it looks like macaroni inside. So it calls for 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm just gonna use my big cast iron Dutch oven to make this in. Also, I'm making a half recipe of it because a half recipe is more than enough for us, and we usually end up with some leftovers. So I cut it in half and do it that way. So we're gonna saute a yellow onion. I got that diced up. This is about a half of a yellow onion. We'll let that cook. I'm gonna cut up a bell pepper to add to it, along with some garlic. And then we're gonna, it calls for ground beef, a half a pound for the half recipe, but I had a half a pound of ground pork in the fridge that needed to get used up, so we're just gonna use that instead and call it good. All right, onions are looking good. I'm gonna add in a diced bell pepper. The whole recipe calls for 2. I'm using 1. I'm also gonna add a nice generous spoonful of garlic. It calls for 4 cloves of garlic in a full recipe, so 2 cloves of garlic. This is probably way more than 2 cloves of garlic, but can't go wrong with more garlic. Okay, and then I got the half a pound of ground pork going in. After the ground pork is cooked down, you add some red wine. Yes, I want to buy the little bottles. A 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, so I just got a 14-ounce can. Then a can of tomato sauce, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a bay leaf, some oregano, basil, crushed red pepper, and I believe you cook all that together. Sorry. And it calls for add some water to the pot. And then once all that is boiling, turn it down and let it simmer for 30 minutes. And then add the noodles in at the end, cook them, and then serve. So, pretty simple, pretty basic, pretty easy, pretty good. Pretty much my life. I am starting to think and write out my grocery list for this next month coming up. I cannot believe October is almost over. That's crazy. So I've been slowly jotting things down as I've been thinking of them, but I will do a full video of my meal plan for the month. And yeah, I'm gonna try. We have a freezer like bursting full of meat right now, so we're gonna try and use up some of that meat next month and not buy too much from the grocery store. So it's gonna be like a freezer meal month, the month of November. That's the plan. Okay, gonna add in a 1/4 cup of red wine and let that cook down a little bit, and then add everything else in. We're trying to hurry this along, so I'm not waiting the full length that I usually wait. So we've got our tomatoes added in, our water added in, some salt, pepper. I need a bay leaf. Down to my last couple bay leaves. Time to get some more from Winco. I'm gonna put in a 1/4 teaspoon of basil and oregano. And just a sprinkle of red pepper. Mix that up and let that simmer, and I'll show you what it's looking like. So this is what we're looking like. We're gonna let it cover it and let it simmer for a bit, and then add the noodles, and dinner is done. Okay, we're gonna add our 1 cup of elbow macaroni and mix that up. This is looking very good. So we'll let that cook. Let those noodles cook for a few minutes. And then dinner's served. That easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Looking good. Okay, it's Tuesday. I've been feeling very uninspired. I feel like I've done so much scratch cooking the last couple weeks that I'm just like burnt out. So I dug through the freezer this morning, our freezer that is just jam-packed full right now, and I pulled this out for dinner tonight. It is, sorry, it's all wet from soaking in the sink. Chicken and sausage gumbo, Louisiana chicken and sausage gumbo. This is like a mystery meal out of Aaron's grandma's freezer. I'm assuming you just defrost it and then reheat it and serve it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see how good it is. My husband loves gumbo typically, but this is like a pre-made version, so we'll see how good it is. So I got that out. We'll heat that up in a pan. I've got a bag of rice left, so we'll cook that up and serve the gumbo over rice for dinner tonight. Our pantry it's starting to get pretty sparse. I'm starting to think about my grocery list. I'll just show you where we stand, because we got a couple days left in the month. Probably gonna go grocery shopping in 2 days, something like that. I have a general plan in my head of what's gonna happen, but let me show you. So here is our cupboard, and I kind of pulled the last of our overflow stuff out of up there. So we do have probably a meal's worth of these gluten-free noodles left, as well as some of those 2 packs of mac and cheese. Those are like emergency meals. Try not to use those just for any old day. But I mean, we've got we've got odds and ends. I've got some meals that I still haven't gotten to that were on my meal plan for this month. So I have all the ingredients for it, but I've got some nuts and chocolate, the important things in life, peanut butter. We got lots of bars. Yeah, we've got, I haven't touched this gigantic thing of protein powder. I should probably put it back in the overflow because I don't think I'm gonna eat it anytime soon. And then I just pulled out the last of the snacks from the cupboard as well. So we had another package of seaweed. We had one pack of graham crackers up above that had been sitting for a while and some marshmallows. So I pulled those down for the kids. So this is the last of our snacks. And then our cooking cupboard is looking pretty sparse as well. We're almost out of sugar, almost out of flour, almost out of gluten-free flour. So we're kind of getting down there to the nitty-gritty. And this is my overflow. What we have, again, these are like emergency meals. We bring them on trips and stuff, but I try not to use them like just on a regular at-home day. So that's what's left up there. And then in our fridge, also looking pretty sparse. I did pick up a couple of veggies at the store the other day because I took a veggie tray to my brother's pumpkin carving party. So I probably spent like, I don't know, maybe $10 on veggies. So we still have quite a bit left there. A couple apples left, and that's basically it for fruit. And then, as you can see, this is our goulash leftovers from last night. That is steak leftovers and one piece of pizza left. Otherwise, we got bits of things. And then still plenty of yogurt left, cheese sticks, applesauce. My son has been really slowing down on his applesauce consumption, so. And then our super full freezers. This is what we're going to be working on next month. This one's not so full, really, but our outside one is bursting full. So this is what we got down here. Slowly chipping away at the things that are in here. I'll probably work on eating all these leftovers in here in the coming weeks. Yeah, and then this is just some random stuff, kind of taking a mental inventory of what I need to use up. Here's the pumpkins that I helped my daughter do that. Okay, is it a cat or is it a bunny? You guys tell me. It's supposed to be a cat, but we think it looks more like a bunny. And then my son did a ghost, which is super cute. But those are their pumpkins. And this is our outside freezer situation. I'm telling you, when I say it's bursting, I quite literally mean it's bursting. So we're gonna have to start chipping away at the stuff in here because we cannot fit anything else. I think this is all soup bones up here, literally all soup bones. So soup is in our future. You have, I think this is this a whole unopened? No, this is open. Open bag of Kirkland signature chicken. It's got quite a bit left in it. I mean, ham. We got lots of ham. We got 3 hams right now. What is this? Brisket. We've got all these fish that have been given to us. We got to use up. We got a lot going on here. So I'm definitely not complaining about having a freezer full of food. We just need to start using it, so really digging into it. So I'm gonna probably plan a lot of my meals around what's already in our freezer next month. And I mean, I try and do that every month. It just feels like after we got that deer meat in the freezer, and then I had to go pick up more ham and bacon that we had that was being smoked at the butcher, it was like, okay, now we have too much. This is a little overwhelming. I was also told by a hunter person that was at my brother's pumpkin carving party to mix about like 40% of, what did he say? 40% pork into the ground deer meat, because we have quite a bit of deer meat. Otherwise it's not fat enough and it won't have good flavor and all that. So we need to remember to mix in pork into the deer meat. I have not cooked deer meat before, so I'm gonna look up some recipes. Yeah, gonna need some inspiration. I thought it tasted really good when my husband made it though, the day that we were processing it. It's good with lots of onions. That's the key. Apparently that's the key. You cook lots of onions and eat it with lots of onions and that flavor, it all works out. So yeah, okay, we're doing it. We spent a good part of the day today, a good chunk of the day, watching live coverage of Hurricane Melissa going over Jamaica. Ugh, I feel so terrible for Jamaica. That's just gotta be awful for their community. I'm just really fascinated by weather, so it was really interesting watching the live coverage. We watch Ryan Hall, y'all, on YouTube. I don't know if he's technically a meteorologist, but he has a very elaborate setup for tracking weather. He does lots of tornado tracking in the US as well, but he has a very elaborate system, so lots of good information and good coverage, and the kids learned a lot about hurricanes and weather and all the things. So yeah, that was most of our day today. I kind of got sucked into it and I couldn't stop watching, so that happens. So that's why I'm just doing easy dinner, because my brain is like, ooh, and need to start thinking about groceries. So there we are. There's your life update. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. It's Costco haul day. It's Costco haul day. That video is coming. Stay tuned. But I'm thanking myself right now because while I was at Costco, I haven't done this in a while actually. I got the good old $5 Costco already cooked chicken, and I'm so excited about dinner now. It has just been one of those weeks where I'm just so uninspired to cook. Usually I am totally all in on cooking homemade food for my family. This week, I don't know. I got a wild hair and I'm just like, I don't want to cook. I don't want to do it. So thank you, Costco, for dinner tonight. So I got this. I'm gonna throw some of these little creamer potatoes in the oven and cook those up real quick. And then I'm gonna look in my freezer and pull out just a lovely pack of corn, throw that in the microwave, and we have dinner. I'm so happy right now. So dinner is easy peasy lemon squeezy tonight. Thank you very much. I will see you next week. Not really, but I do have a Costco haul video coming, so stay tuned for that, as well as many other things and lots of big actual scratch made projects happening in the future. I will get my motivation back. It will happen at some point very soon. It's gonna happen. Anyways, I'm gonna go warm up dinner and probably go sit and read a book or something not like that at all, but I'll not be cooking. All right, we even went one step easier. We just got veggies out of the fridge instead of cooking up the corn. So I put the potatoes in the air fryer and they're like perfectly crispy. So we've got kids' plates going out. We got mom's plate going out. Still waiting on dad to get home from work for dinner, but easy, easy, easy. Okay. Thursday. We're on Thursday. We're making it through. It's Thursday. We're probably gonna do another leftovers night tonight. I'll show you what we have in the fridge because I'm just trying to be efficient with our food. And my husband's working late again tonight. It's been kind of a crazy couple weeks for him. So he's not going to be home for a hot meal, so it kind of makes sense to just do leftovers. But I was looking over my grocery total for the month, and I'm kind of sort of amazed and shocked. So I only went grocery shopping, like I only did 2 official grocery shopping trips this month. I did run into the grocery store twice during the month for like a couple of things, and that probably totaled $50, like between the 2 trips. I ran in for, what did I get? For some drinks for our quick trip away in the RV. I grabbed, you know, like drinks and a couple treats. And then I grabbed veggies for, what did I grab those for? Oh, I grabbed veggies to make a veggie platter for the pumpkin carving contest party that we went to. So besides that, I did not go into the grocery store for anything else. And we did so good this month. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at how little we spent, considering the cost of everything has just been so crazy lately. So at the very beginning of the month, Winco, we spent $550. So $550, that was like our big monthly haul. Didn't go to Costco in October, so didn't go to Costco in the beginning of October. So that's a big cost that we did not incur. We had a lot of Costco stuff that carried us through the month from September, so that works for me. And then our Fred Meyer trip, we spent, looks like $225. Like 25 of that was not groceries, so $200. So 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we spent like about $800 in the month of October on groceries. That's incredible, incredible. Now I'm gonna remind you, that does not include meat. Doesn't include most of the meat. I did buy, I think a couple of different meat options, but we had a freezer full of meat. So that part of the equation is already taken out. So that does not include meat, but still incredible, incredible, incredible to be making it through a whole month on that. So I'm not complaining one bit. It has paid off to be cooking from scratch. It has paid off to be eating what we have on hand and using stuff from our freezer. So we're gonna just continue that trend through November. We're gonna do it. But I was gonna show you one fun thing, not food related at all. I went to the thrift store today and look at these adorable shoes. I need to clean them up, but look at these adorable. They look dirtier in the video than they are in real life. They're not actually that dirty. It's like the shadows. There's like a dirt spot there, but absolutely adorable. The brand is Superga, I think. I don't know, Superga. Only spent like $6. They were like $12.79, but they were marked down. They were on sale, so they were like $6 something. Anyways, I just looked up on my best friend Google, and it said to mix baking soda and hydrogen peroxide to scrub the white canvas. So I'm gonna do that, and then absolutely in love with these. Yeah. Okay, food in the fridge. Let me show you. So obviously we still have some chicken left over. We only ate about half of it. I'm gonna pull all the meat off of the bones here and save the bones and save the meat, and we're gonna use it up. There's a couple potatoes left. I've got buttered noodles that I made for the kids for lunch the other day. That's left over. A couple of pancakes. My daughter had requested heart-shaped pancakes for breakfast a couple days ago, so we have those left over. We still have some meatloaf left over. We still have some goulash left over, and we still have one serving of the gumbo from the freezer. So we've got plenty of options for dinner tonight. I think we're just gonna go ahead with that. This I will probably get to tomorrow. I'll shred that down and we'll make broth out of the bones, and we're gonna make some kind of chicken soup or something going on with the meat. So got big plans for that. This $5 chicken is gonna feed us for many days, and I am not complaining about that one bit. Okay, we have eaten our way through pretty much all of our leftovers. It's time for me to make an actual meal plan, start our next month of meals, and start cooking again. That's what it's time for. So, thank you for joining me this week. I'm gonna make a meal plan. I'm gonna get some scratch-made meals happening next week. So, thank you for joining me. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you next week. Bye.